of your mental and physical health to enjoy the perks of your dream. Thank you, Slim Jim Rock. She always texts me and like, Dr. Huey, Shannon, we need to go out and eat. We need to go down and just de-stress because we know it's coming in January where we won't have any time for ourselves at home. Take care of yourself. Make sure you're eating right, drinking water. Because I know during that time, I gained a lot of weight during the tax time. So we need to figure out things that's going to make us wealthy, not just in money and financial wise, but also in the other side of who we are.
Oh yeah, because you can have all the money in the world. If you don't have that health, if you can't get up and enjoy yourself and move around a little bit, that's no good. So we need to be grateful for what we got going on, and work on that. We all could do a little bit better. I think about it now. I'm getting ready to head out to Vegas next week. That's why I won't be here. We'll figure it out. We'll probably do it remote, but I'm about to be a grandfather.
He's about to be a granddaddy.
Can you believe that? I was like, whoa. And
what safeguards will you have financially when your grandson does come? Because remember, we talk about the earlier you have and building financial wealth, the better it is. Like I'm telling people about doing IULs. I did 2 IULs, and I'm calling my client. They went through your 10-year-old son and your 3-year-old granddaughter. When they get a certain age, they'll have certain X amount of money depending on how much you are investing. So what are you going to do for, instead of giving him a baby shower or giving him like people buy cribs and beds and stuff for their baby, what are you going to buy to ensure that, that generational wealth is passed through to the baby?
Yeah, exactly that. Right. IUL. And go ahead and just go ahead and fund that. I'm not sure on the amount, but just, you don't have to go crazy, but you can put $50 or $100 a month in there, and that compound interest over time.
27.
Yeah, come on now. He'll have some money, and there'll be a lot of that's going to be cash value just because the way those policies accumulate. So, he needs a down payment for a car. He needs a car. He needs different things. Like he's going to have some money that's already going to be there for him. But, that's something that I'm definitely going to do for him. And, one of my mentors shared with me this week that he said, he asked me to schedule a call, or my thoughts on scheduling a call with my family, just to talk about setting up the family trust and infinite banking. So you could do some small policies and let the trust own those policies, and then it could buy policies on the other family members that come in the future, so that your family have funds for different things. And so I'm really thinking about that stuff, and I think about the most part of it though, the health in my body. Right. Being able to run around, and I want to hear my grandson and my great grandson. I want to be an old man on a nice family estate, and they don't know I'm listening to them, and they talking about the jewels that they learned, and just the things that are important to our family that we established, and those principles that are inside of them that are going to allow the family to keep being successful. Like that's really the wealth, and just being able in your body to enjoy that, right? So that's me. So this will be my first one. So all my brothers, they beat me to the punch. They except for my older brother, he has no grandchildren yet, but the rest of them, they did. So I'm joining the club, and I'm looking forward to it. But yeah,
we talk about tone when you are a business person, because we're trying to help business owners to become. How does confidence play into being a business owner?
Man, shout out to Junior tuning in. Confidence plays in because you have to be confident. You got to study. You got to know what you have going on, because if you're not confident, who wants to deal with somebody who's not confident? You're coming in, you want to help me with my taxes, but you got an audit. I think maybe one time I was. Nah, man, hey, listen, I'm the choice, so confidence is huge, because that's one of the things that makes a big impression on people. What do you think, Dr. Huey?
I think sometimes, because I am confident, sometimes I have to scale it back depending on the arena that I'm in. Because sometimes when you're overconfident, people sometimes shy away from you because they're like, oh, she thinks she knows this and she knows that and whatever. But being confident in your craft, I think it makes you a little cocky. And I think it's good to have somebody that say, I call the IRS. Like I have clients and I say, let's call me at 7:02 in the morning when the IRS is just open and we'll call together. So confidence to me when I'm sitting down and having somebody taking care of my money, it has to show.
Oh, 100%, 100%. And you know, people can view that as being cocky, and but you know, we have to manage that and be careful. I mean, you know, you want to be confident but not arrogant, but at the same time, we worked hard to gain this expertise, and you know, I was having that conversation earlier in the week. It was someone really trying to negotiate the price and, you know, really cry me down on the price, and I said, I'm sorry, I can't do that. Like, you don't understand. I bled for this. I went, you know what I'm saying? I studied for this. I bet it all on myself. I won, I lost. You know what I'm saying? I went through times of not having it all, of times of being homeless, of even, you know, having to sleep in my car at one point in time. So how could I do that to myself? Because, you know, you work for that, you earn that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, by school, by grinding it out, by however you got it.
Making mistakes
and learning from that and keeping going. Because how many people in business made a mistake? All of us. But how many got knocked out by the mistake and just couldn't get up that next time? So all my entrepreneurs, round of applause for yourself, you know what I'm saying, for everybody who keep getting up, you know what I'm saying? You know, something didn't go exactly how you wanted it to go this week or whatever, but that's all right. You know what I'm saying? You just got to keep pushing, you know, because when you're doing something worthwhile, time doesn't even matter. Time doesn't even matter. So, so you want to talk about this book of the month? What you thinking, Dr. Huey?
We were going to try it. I was going to try to tie it in together because you're talking about the mission of the purpose. The book we're reading is Start With Saying No by Jim Camp. And one of the things you said, you have to be actionable.
Yes.
But when you're actionable, it means you have everything. Best tax person around. Thank you. I know I am one of the best tax person around. I may not be for everybody, but I know every client that I've had so far in the last 5-6 years, I may have lost maybe one or two. And word of mouth, like I tell everybody, I started with 2 and I'm over almost 200 clients right now. Because I am confident, like you say, professional, relatable, and actionable. So can you tie that into Start With and Saying No by Jim Camp?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, to be relatable, one of the things that helps to be relatable is to find something in common, right? So when you're preparing to talk to a potential client, potential tax client, potential customer, you want to be prepared. So you never want to walk in and wing it. You want to be prepared and know what's going on. And so that's some of the things that you can, you know, really that you can focus on. So you want to have a process-based approach to whatever you're doing. So sometimes you can get overconfident, like we were just, you know, talking about. You get overconfident. Like, oh yeah, I know. Man, I had this conversation about insurance, about working capital, about this, about IULs, about all of these things. I've had it a million times. You know, I don't need an outline. I don't need to do. No, yes, you do. You need to list out those bullet points because you can get lost in conversation and you know, leave out something that's very important. But you know, real quick before we you know, I thought about something else that happened this week. So excuse me, I gotta go here while it's on my mind.
Let's go there.
Yeah, let's go there. So I was having a conversation with someone about we were talking about insurance, and we were talking about life insurance and IULs. And this particular person was actually a licensed insurance professional. And so they were telling me basically that they could do the same thing with the term policy and then invest the money that they would save from that term policy into a mutual fund and outperform.
Who have that type? I heard that too, but who have that type of discipline? Not the regular person.
Boom. You got that part too, but the other thing is that I think that, and this was the part that they were missing, is that, you know, when you invest into the market, even something as diversified as a mutual fund that spreads out the risk, if the market goes down, you still can lose funds. You still can lose money in that. Whereas the IUL, your funds in there are protected. So regardless of what happens in the market, you know, the worst thing that could happen is you don't earn any interest. You don't
Right.
get any appreciation that year, but every dollar of principal that you
Stays
put in
there.
there stays there.
Mhm.
And every dollar of interest that you earned before the market tanked
Mhm.
stays there. And you know, I was surprised they actually did not know that. And I was like, yeah, like you're, you know, she actually said to me, I said, well, you could the market could go down and you could lose money in a mutual fund, right? She said, well, what investment can you not lose money in? I said, IUL.
Okay.
I mean, just being serious, right?
Mhm.
Like, you know, that's why you have to understand what you're doing. You want to make sure that you talk to the professionals that you're choosing to work with and have some conversations to make sure that they're on base, you know. So yeah, it reminded me of that story when I thought about that. But the point is that you always want to use a proven framework, you know, when you're discussing to alleviate the guesswork.
What about negotiation? Like, how do you go into, like, sometimes when I have a client and I'm trying to, sometimes I think I talk myself out the deal because I think I give them more than I should. Like, okay, with your taxes, you could do this, and but I'm like, I'm telling them what to do, but then I don't feel good if I don't educate my clients. So, do you think the art of negotiation, sometimes losing the deal is better than compromising your ethics?
It's 100% better to lose the deal than to compromise the ethics.
Right.
100%. You know, you can't chase money.
Mhm.
And how I prepare for a negotiation is you want to understand, first of all, you want to be prepared. Who are you going to meet? How long they've been in business? Learn about them a little bit. You know, I mean, there's a lot of stuff on the internet. There people have websites and LinkedIn and there's YouTube channels and Instagram. Find out, you know, research them if they're a public figure or there's someone who have a business. So prepare, number one. And number two, I'm going to do a lot of listening because as a consultant, I can't come in here and just throw products at you. IUL, as much as I love it and as much as that fits,
Everybody.
it's not for everybody and it's not for every situation. And you have to be honest, you know, with that. And if you go in there pushing products and things like that, and, you know, you might make your customer want something that's really not right for them. Right. There are times that term insurance policy is the way to go. It depends on what the reason is that you're purchasing the policy, what your budget looks like. So I just try to remain open and listen to what my client have going on and just try to blank slate, if you will. I'm just listening to you. I got my pencil and my paper. I didn't bring the laptop in. I didn't bring a deck in. I want to sit down and talk to you and understand what you have going on before, first of all, to decide if it's even a good fit. It may not even be a good fit for you or I. So that's, you know, that's one of the first things. And you got to be okay with the fact that if what's for you is for you,
right?
You know, and be confident, explain the value of what you're going to do, how it's going to help them, but explain it from their eyes. When you're negotiating, you want to get into the mind of the person that you're negotiating with so you can see things from their perspective. They're not making decisions as the CEO of Car Consulting, the president. They're making their decision as the owner of XYZ business, and from that lens. So those are a couple things that I do. How about you, Dr. Hugh? How do you prepare?
Sometimes when I'm negotiating, everything is good. I give them the pain point, but then when it comes to your price, sometimes I try to negotiate my price, especially with taxes. Like if somebody's doing 3 years and my price start at $550, sometimes I'm like, if you're doing the 3 years, I know it's kind of hard, but if they go to a box company, they're not negotiating their price. It's only when they come to small business then they try to negotiate the price. If you get back money from your taxes or you don't get back money from your taxes, I'm still doing the same work.
Absolutely.
It is not my fault or my journey why you didn't set up yourself correctly that you're owing the IRS. And I try to educate them, okay, this year you may owe, but next year you may not owe because you need to do certain things. But in our community, sometimes when I tell people my price, they're like, oh, or they don't call back. But like you said, who is for you is for you. But I have a lot of clients coming back from others. Oh, they did this and they did that. And I'm like, I see. Or if they need a loan signed for buying a home, they're like, oh, I need my taxes done, or I did this, or the lady that came from California that made a mistake and went to one of these box company and they weren't answering. And I'm telling everybody, those box company, they don't care about you.
No,
they really don't care because
No.
they have a volume, and
Yeah.
you just cookie cutter and they send it through, and they're not. Oh, I only paid $50 here, but I got back. But did you really get back what you were supposed to really get back?
Well, probably not. And that person is probably not even going to take the time to coach you about tax strategy. They're probably
Right.
not even prepared or qualified to really have those conversations with you. So you have to understand, people have to understand what they're getting. Everything is not the same.
Right.
You could go online and prepare your return yourself. You can go to one of these big box stores. There's a myriad of places to go prepare your taxes. Some will do an excellent job for you. Others probably should not even count your change when you get from the store. So I think a big part of it is we got to know our value.
Right.
And it's okay if somebody says no to you because they don't want to pay that level of expertise. And with start with no is about making it okay for your potential client to say no, and also for you to say no. It's okay to set those boundaries and say, I would love to help you with that. But
you're not my client.
I wouldn't say it like that.
I have.
Well, I wouldn't say it like that. But no, seriously though, no. So you have to know that. You have to know that, and be okay with that, and applaud them for knowing what they want. Hey, look, you clearly want the cheapest thing in town. It's gonna break in 5 minutes, but that's okay. That's what you want. That's what you like. Go ahead. We fix the stuff after you go buy the cheap stuff. You can come back. The price still gonna be the price. It might have gone up. Right. The demand may have gone up, and I may not be able to accommodate at the price we discussed today. But we'll still be here to help you.
Right. You told me, I thought about it as you're talking. I have a horror story. I have a client. I'm not gonna throw the person's name out the book. I did the 2022 taxes, and then I didn't hear from them 2023. Here it is 2025. I'm hearing from them. Oh, I had somebody that worked with the IRS. Yes. Did my taxes in 2023 trying to get some of those perks. His got dinged. His is one of the taxes that now knowledge calls. Thank you, Dr. Fair. Reverend Fair, knowledge calls. Now here it is 2025 and my price went up. I have to go back and fix everything that your person did. IRS, like I tell people, when they say they work at the IRS, they could work in a corner. They could work as a janitor. They could be answering the phone. And it's against the law for an IRS agent that is currently working at the IRS to do your taxes. Wow. It's a conflict of interest. And if you look at the taxes that they said they did most out of the time, 99% of the time, they did not sign that return. They did not sign that return.
They made them sign it as self-prepared.
Thank you, as self-prepared. So now here it is 2025. He's like, I said, we have to amend 2023 and then we have to do 2024. So I sent him paperwork. I said, you got to do this, and this. Now he's going to owe, because remember, you get compounded interest daily on things that you didn't do back then.
Daily?
So that, yes.
Compounded interest daily.
Yeah, IRS, yes. Fines and fees with the IRS is compounded interest daily. So if you owe $300 in 2023, that $300 is going to be about $500, $600 in 2025. So I'm not saying don't take some corners. I would be unfair to say that because everybody do. But when you hear this new tax thing, oh, this is coming up, that is coming up, I can get $5,000 here, I can get, yes, you can, but at what expense? At what expense? Yes, thumbs up. I have another tax person. She been in the business for, I think, 20 something years. Wow. She's with one of the biggest company in Miami. Yes, she's putting thumbs up. And, oh, this new thing come out, that new, I'm forgetting the word,
deductions, credits.
These credits come in because my mind is laughing inside about what happened to him, even though he's one of my clients. Yes.
No,
everything that sounds good ain't good. Thank you. That's a like and share.
Yes, please like and share.
Well, we're talking about the book. No, we're talking about the art of negotiation. We're talking about health as well. This is where we're breaking down the whole person. Thank you, Ms. Opinion, for watching, like and share, and praise fair. Please like and share. Everything that sounds good ain't good. People still going to PPP prison.
Yeah, and I was gonna hit on that because with financial crimes,
Right.
it's not like violent crimes. Violent crimes, they coming to get you right now.
Right.
Okay, you done beat up somebody's
Mhm.
mama or whatever. They coming to get you right now. But financial crimes, the backlog is a few years. Years. You've been done spent the money, done stood at the front of the church, gave your life to Jesus, and done turned from your ways. And Alphabet Boy is knocking on your door. So people got to think about that stuff. It's not really worth it. And one thing that really kind of is never worth it, but people waste that money most of the time anyway.
It's gone.
People get $10,000, $15,000, $20,000.
Right.
Lord knows what kind of lies them and they tax prepared told to get it. But they get it and then they don't even do nothing with it. That's so crazy. So crazy. Yep. So, as you were talking about, people pushing you down on your price and trying to negotiate your price. You know what it costs for you to get that education and that knowledge. And just because you can give them that information readily, sometimes people don't value that. Like, oh man, that took her 10 minutes. Yeah, well, it took her 20 years to be able to do that in 10 minutes, but you want to budget your time and your energy because everybody's not worth the time and the energy investment. So like that person, like you're saying, be confident and say, well, thank you. Well, I understand. And, I hope you find what you're looking for. We're here. And this is how we could help you take care of that. Do it with dignity, do it with class. No need to get upset. No need to get frustrated, but you have to know that, because if you start kind of having that whole negotiation conversation, we do our absolute best when we put forth a quote. So I'm not going to say there's never a time to look at it, but when you have certain things that are standard and certain ways that you do them, you come up with that. Just be okay with that. If you want to buy the Mercedes, buy the Mercedes. I saw a video today. It was a guy who's he's a manager at a car dealership, and he said, look, our online sales department, our best price, we put that online. People come in here all day long asking, well, hey, can I do this? Can I do that? Well, what about this? And what about that? And I got cash and I don't need to finance. Listen, I appreciate that. I really do. But we really did put our very best price online. And I would love to help you buy a car today. And this is the price. So if I can help you, great. If I can't, it's okay. I understand.
Love lost.
No love lost. Maybe somebody will sell that car for that price. But just want to budget your time and your energy, because you can take a 15-minute meeting that's a complete waste of time.
Right.
And on the flip side, you could be talking with, building rapport with a potential client for a year, and it was worth every minute of it. So, that's just, you got to be conscious of that. Definitely got to be conscious of that part.
Okay. I have one more tidbit. What about entrepreneur burnout? Sometimes I get burned out, especially doing taxes.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I get burned out. Like I'm doing taxes, I've been hyped up and I'm ready. And then it comes now August. I have taxes that are sitting on my desk. And in my head, it's like, you waited this long. I'm tired. Do you ever get that business burnout?
Sure. I try to break up my days though. Like I'll take a few minutes. I don't schedule my days like back to back. I leave time between meetings, and I budget time for myself, like just to try to decompress. But I think we all kind of feel like that at times. But I mean, that's part of the beauty of being an entrepreneur is, we work hard and we're rewarded when we succeed and we add value to someone's life. We're rewarded, and you got to take care of yourself. So you don't be afraid to hire a team. You don't always need to get 100% of it, because there comes a time where you can use automation to lighten that workload for you. So we can use technology to take some of those mundane tasks off to try to reduce that for you. And sometimes you need to hire some people and add to your team. It's okay if you make 99 million instead of 100 million, you'll be all right. It'll be okay.
Thank you. Like and share. Thank you guys. Thank you. You guys are coming in. I'm so grateful. This is AC the Money Guy and the Tax Diva. We're talking about wealth and what it means to you. We're bringing tidbits from all part of it. We not just want to be a regular cut and paste. We want to interject and have honest and real conversation, because these are what we're seeing every day. So, do you sit down and have meetings with your family about finance? Because I don't. I've never done that. Have you done that before?
From time to time I have, especially like early on in starting my business. We always try to go hard for the kids, like, for holidays and things like that. But yeah, we did absolutely sit down and chop it up with them a little bit and let them understand, because again, it ain't like your favorite Instagram reel. Everything ain't all popping all the time, especially in the early days. So yes, I definitely talk to my kids, and I talk to all of them about finances, because regardless of whatever your trajectory in life is, regardless if you aspire to be an entrepreneur or you aspire to be a professional, whether you aspire to be in the military or, work for the government, you still need to get that financial education.
Right.
And so having those conversations early at home, I think is very important. I think I was pretty open with my kids about money, and I think it's benefited them. And, as they get older, they're okay having conversations with me about money. And I'm proud of them, because a lot of times I see them getting ready to make a decision, but they stop and think about it like, hey, listen, Dad, I was about to do X, Y, Z, but you're talking about the interest rate is boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, you know what? I'll just go ahead and save up a little bit more and, come back at it, or I'll wait till the interest rates come down, or I'll get my credit score higher. And that it blesses me, man, because I'm just like, I'm glad that you're thinking about that, because when I was young, man, I kind of went for some of them. Oh my goodness, I made some dumb decisions.
Me too. I made some dumb mistake in the first 2 years.
Ooh.
I know my kids are learning, because the other day, my son, when we were getting out of the car, he's like, Mom, I think we went somewhere to eat. He's like, Mom, the receipt. I said, boy, what you giving me receipt? It's a write-off.
There you go.
And I have videos on Facebook, if you want to go previous years, where whenever I go to Red Lobster once a month, I used to go to Red Lobster with him and say, this is a business lunch. Yes. I'm teaching you how to spend money, but also allocate it for certain things. And if you're in a business meeting and talking to your child about what is your business, what's your goal? He's like, I want to do YouTube. I want to do this. I want to be a chef. That is consulting. You can write off that bill if you have an LLC as a business expense.
Yes. Hey, shout out to my haters. I have a message, that goes out every week if you're in my event. So yeah, man, shout out to my haters responding to me. I'm glad you're listening. I'm glad you're watching. I'm gonna have a lot of chapters for you to enjoy. But so yeah, wow, that was interesting. Kind of threw your boy for a loop there.
A hater, well, guess what? Yeah. You're a hater or you're motivated because you either learn something from them or you gain something. So like Cat Williams says, you need more haters as you go along, because when someone is hating on you, it's sometimes the mirror they're looking at. They don't see the value in what they're doing, or they don't see the value, or they lost out on something. So what is your customer journey on the cash flow engine? What is some of the things I know I don't have the CRM thing back now. Can you explain what a CRM is?
Yeah, a CRM is how you keep track of your customer data, and also how you can manage the functions of your business from one place. So you're able to save your customer contact information. You're able to see the history with that customer when you've spoken to them, just the various different interactions that you had, what purchases they've made. But it just allows for you to manage everything from one point. So yeah, that's critical. That's huge, because that's one of those situations where if you don't have a CRM, you're running around, you're doing a lot of different things, and you're building these systems anyway. You're going out of your way to put these things in place, and a CRM helps you to manage all that and make it simple. I don't know. Did I say a whole lot or say nothing, or did that make a little sense?
A CRM is like your pocketbook having different spots,
different compartments,
and different things on it. Yeah, so that's what a CRM. It actually keeps all your customers and information inside of one basket or one purse, and then it sends it out at specific time. Like he said, Your business should talk when you're asleep. So you shouldn't be minding your business all day long. I have a VA during tax time. So she look at the CRM sometimes or send her messages or some things like this. So having a CRM is very good. And sometimes I don't actually. Good evening, Pauline Albers. Thank you, my EDOF. Oh, she is the president. My girls are watching and they're showing. Can you like and share, Pauline? Like and share. Thank you. We're talking about educating our community about financial and wealth. And we talk about wealth not just being money, it's being health. It's being talking about mental health. It's talking about physical wealth. It's talk about what's some of the spiritual wealth. So wealth to different people mean different things. Having family, having friends. Because we were reading a book and today, and one of the kids said it's called The Cherries. It's the second grade book, and the guy made this big cherry pie, and everybody ate the cherry pie, and it was like one little piece left there. And he said, "Oh my God, look, I have all of these friends." So sometimes people, friendship to them is wealth. And when he looked and saw all his happy friends eating, he's like, wow, this is really what wealth means. So wealth can mean, you having friends that you can call EDOF. Yeah, we're shouting out. These are the sisters that we go out into the community and we help with domestic violence. We help with people having no places to live, and they call us, and we have food banks, and we do all sides. So the president right now, she's on the line, and I'm so proud of EDOF.
Yes. Shout out. Appreciate you. That's awesome. Okay. That's awesome to touch the community that way. Right. That's wealth.
Right. That's wealth.
Giving someone hope. Right. Giving someone inspiration. That's adding a deposit to them that can make them wealthy for sure.
Okay. We talk about financial blind spot. I've never heard that word before.
Really?
What are financial blind spots?
Blind spot is something you can't see. Like the brother who got the afro, but he got the hole in the back, and he think he look good, but he got the blind spot. He can't see that. He don't know that hole's there. But yeah, a blind spot is just something that you can't recognize, and we develop blind spots for a variety of reasons. But yeah, it's just like. So, can you think of an example?
A blind spot for me, yes. It's sometimes I'm paying for something that I don't really need, and it's on automatic subscription. Ooh. So what I do is like sometimes every 4 months I go through it because somebody will say, "Oh, DocuSign," and say, "Oh, you need to do this," and you have something say, "Oh, you need to do it," and when I sit back, $5.99, $4.99, $2.99 is coming out. And those financial blind spots are sitting there. And a year later, you don't spend $100, $200 or something you're really not even using or implementing.
Yes.
So that's a blind spot.
It is.
Because I didn't see it.
Yeah.
That was sucking my money out of my life.
Yeah. And we brought it up last week. I think Rocket Money, download that app, because that's exactly what it does. It'll organize all that stuff, and you'll see it on the list, and you'll be like, man, I got two Netflix subscriptions.
Right.
Oh man, I got 2 Amazon accounts.
Right.
Oh, like you said, I still got DocuSign and PandaSign, and I got this and that, and everybody signed, because that's one of the biggest tricks that those software companies do is they just rope you in with that free introductory offer, or that that little teaser rate, and you forget about it, or they make it so difficult to find it. They bury it on their website that you want to cancel, but it took you an hour and you still didn't find the link. So yeah, that's definitely a financial blind spot. I think one of the blind spots that I've seen, I definitely have experienced this earlier in life, and I think one thing that I see entrepreneurs do is their capital stack is not in order. They count the cost to open the business. Okay, we're going to get this location. Our build out's going to cost this. We're going to put this equipment in here. We're going to do all these different things. We're going to, make these things happen, but they don't account for those unexpected emergencies. Right. And they don't account for those reserves. And a lot of times they don't account for the fact that you're not just going to jump out the gate all the time and be performing at a high at a high revenue number, so you have to have some of those reserves in place. So I think one of the blind spots entrepreneurs have, a lot of ones that I've seen, is just that they don't count the cost right. It's like when you do your house budget and you just add the, your mortgage and your car note, but you ain't add no lights, you ain't add no water, no gas, the trash, the food, the maintenance on the vehicle. So
car insurance, the life insurance,
come on now,
insurance, all the other insurance.
Yeah.
And one of President Pauline Albert says, yes, when you don't realize your money ain't moving, sometimes your money is stagnant. Sometimes your money is stagnant. What are some things, because you're in the banking, that you can shake up your money to move it? But I have money sometimes, but I'm afraid. I'm afraid of investing, like you said, because I don't want to lose. I'm like a money hoarder. I keep my money. If I have $100, I want my $100 to stay. So when you realize your money ain't moving, do you have any tricks of the trade to tell somebody, if you have an extra $1,000, put it here, put it there? I put in Robinhood. And it works. It works. Sure. Sometimes it works.
I'm not a big, I need help with that. Like I do a little bit, but that's not my thing. If I have an extra $1,000, I'm gonna double down on the marketing campaign. That's some of those things. But I would say number one is just make sure you're properly insured. Right. Number two, make sure you got those cash reserves. So if you don't have 6 to 12 months of reserves, put it in a regular savings account that you could walk into the bank and go ahead and get it if you need to make something happen, because it just makes life a little bit easier. You just can move, like we were talking about confidence earlier. You're able to move with that confidence because you know that pretty much I'm okay. If any of the normal things happen, I will be all right. So
have you ever consulted with a client and said to your client, you know what, I think it's time for you to fold your business down? Have you ever do it and revamp yourself? Because we're talking about unlocking and are your system leaking money? Many clients are overpaid just because you're outdated structure, missing documentation. It's not what you earn, it's what you keep and what you compound. And some people are not earning and they're not keeping and they're not compounding. Hey, Tara Handy. Oh my God, I'm getting a like and share, my sisters. Your brothers supporting you like the sisters supporting me.
Like I said earlier in the show.
Here's my handsome co-star.
Oh, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's up, Tara? Hey, appreciate you all checking in. Yes. President Alves, thank you very much. That's funny you say that. Yes, I've had that tough conversation because you want to be gentle whenever you're delivering like tough news, right? But I've had to ask them some of those tough questions, like, are you really committed to this?
Right.
I mean, are you really all in? Like, because you got what it takes, you got the business here, but your effort is not matching what you're saying that you want to do. Like, you believe these Instagram stories one too many times. Like, no, this is going to be work. And the customers aren't always going to just walk in your door.
No.
And that's the beauty and challenge of being an entrepreneur. The beauty is that you have all the power in the world to change anything, absolutely any way that you want to immediately. Right. The challenge is it's up to you to figure it out or build a team around you that can help you to do that. So I have had that tough conversation with customers and or clients, and sometimes you'll see a situation where someone else can step in and they can make that same business win. I saw an example with Michael Jordan and the Charlotte Bobcats, right? So when he bought he invested in that team. He invested $275 million. The team was losing $30-40 million a year when he bought it, but him coming to the table made people pay attention. So then he was able to build an investment group around and rally around them. And he was able to exit. Plus, like, I mean, it was crazy. You'll have to go back and look at the numbers, but he was able to exit in a couple of years with a few $100 million. But the point is, he was able to turn that around. But everything is not for everybody. And, part of being an honest advisor is telling the truth.
Okay.
Right. Well, I mean, do you lie to people when they sit down and they tell you, "Hey, listen, I need $20,000 return"? Do you say, "Yeah, no problem, come in, I'll book the appointment"?
I'm not going to nobody's prison. I do not look good in orange. I don't even like the color orange. I think I may have one or two orange dress and maybe one. I like orange earrings, but not the rest of it. I do not. That's why, as Tara knowing some of the other people know in my company, sometimes I lose customers or clients because I'm not going to jeopardize. Like I tell people, when you sit in front of me, when you walk away, you know that you are okay because I make sure that my clients are advised. Y'all always come with financial advice for the people. Thank you. That they can walk away, like I said, and you can go to bed and sleep and know that everything I did it with fidelity. I am not going to have a client where I sit down and they walk on and I was like, wow, I shouldn't have done this or should. But that's the kind of tax preparers they like. That's the kind of the norm, believe it or not. Every time something new, as Tara could tell you, she's been in the business 7, 8 years. Every time something new comes up, you see, oh, I'm going to Susie, I'm going to Jew, I'm going to Sarah, I'm going to here because they can get me back more. I don't know what is this thing about getting back more when it can put you in a situation that more can end you up in an orange jumpsuit.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
And you see that all the time in the financial industries because when the markets turn and there's a lot of opportunity to make a lot of money, like for example in the mortgage business, and taxes come around every year, people will do that and they'll risk it all, man. And yeah, you're right, 100% right. It's not worth it. So this week's question, Dr. Huey, how do I know when it's time to hire a tax strategist and business consultant?
And when it's time to ask your tax strategist is when you're making a certain amount of money and you want to make sure you're not paying out too much in taxes. You need to strategize on how to allocate your money for certain different things that you're not paying out so much in taxes, because there's places and things that you can put your money, like your funds, and there's different machines and avenues that you can put your money that can work for you, and you can put it and roll it over several different years without paying $150,000 in taxes or $200,000 in taxes. But if you do owe the $200,000-$300,000 in taxes, that's what you owe.
Sure.
If you didn't set up, like I asked, did you set up an account with the IRS to pay your quarterly taxes? What is that? I'm trying to explain it to people like this. If you are a W-2 employee, you see different things being taken out of your paycheck. That is the same way you have to operate your business. You have to put down FICA. You have to put down this. There's certain things that you just have to put down.
Yes.
If you can do it quarterly, you can do it monthly, and you have to do it in 2 places. You have to do it with the IRS and you have to do it with your state. Some people think they're just paying the IRS. No, it's 2 separate entities. State tax, and federal taxes, federal tax. Oh, I owe so much money. Self-employment tax.
Sure.
That's what you're owing because you didn't pay anything. But if your expenses outweigh, sometimes even then you still have to pay, because if you didn't put back nothing or don't come in there and ask me, do I get a refund? You don't get nothing.
So I've seen some business owners. That's great information. And I've seen some business owners along the way. What they'll do is they'll put themselves on payroll as a W-2 employee and just allocate all of it to taxes. So they'll just, maybe pay themselves a small weekly salary, $500, $600, and they'll just break that down to Fed and state so to make sure that they don't end up at the end of the year having to write a check. Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think about that? Is that an okay strategy, or is that's not advisable? Okay.
It's advisable because you can pay yourself. Like if you are, say you're a mechanic, you can look at the average of how much a mechanic makes. So if a mechanic make $1,000 a week, you can allocate that. It's called a draw, and you can do a draw on your own. So you can say, okay, every week I get $1,000, $1,000. So that will be your salary. From that $1,000, Uncle Sam want a part of it. So I tell everybody, for every $100, put down at least $30.
Yeah.
So for every 100, put down 30, which is 33%. Put that down, because it's just like you're a W-2 person. Taxes is what make America go around. Don't care how you want to say, oh, I don't want to pay taxes. I don't want to pay taxes or whatever. I still say this is one of the greatest country. I've been all over the world and looking and seeing, like when I went to Europe, I had to pay to use the bathroom. I don't have to pay to use the bathroom here. So you give and take. Don't try to cheat everything. Oh, I want this or want that.
No, you definitely
If
can't.
you don't, definitely. Sometimes I think that's just unethical.
Yeah, and you have to understand, like, if you want to build a multi-million-dollar business, you want to build it the right way. You want to build a business that's bankable, that you can do the things that you want to do, that qualifies for the credit that's due to the business. And you know, just as far as when it's time to work with a consultant, it's like when you're juggling growth and funding and ops and all these different things, because there's two sides to the house. There's the side of you being the technician doing whatever it is that you do at a high enough level that people will pay you for it. And then there's all the other stuff that's behind the scenes that's not directly related to your business, but is your business. So, you know, like we were when you were talking about the CRM, you know, make sure you don't, no lost leads. There's no more business cards floating around in the bottom of the purse. Everybody makes it into the system. Everybody gets contacted and followed up with. You don't miss any, missing follow-up, so no missed revenue. And one of the cool things that you really can do is I like the FAQ automation. So in other words, someone texts your business and they ask some of those general questions that most people want to know. How do I book an appointment? How do you do these things? It can do those things automatically. So your business should talk back when you're asleep. And a lot of times when you're burned out, it's because you're not that you're understaffed or you're overworked, is you're under automated. Right. You know, you're doing too much of that stuff. So you're listening to the Wealth Code Unlocked. I'm AC, the money guy.
And what should they do? Like, you know, if they need this kind of help, the CRM help and the automation, what should they do?
Yeah, absolutely. What you should do is you should go ahead and reach out to us. You can reach Car Consulting at car_consulting on Instagram, Car Consulting on Facebook, or you can give me a call at 470-748-4045. But yeah, just reach out, connect with us on whatever platform you're watching this video on. There'll be information under the video with everybody's social handles. If they need to contact Dr. Huey with a tax question, her information will be there, mine will be there. So just look under the video that you're watching. And but yeah, feel free to reach out. Definitely get some help, have a conversation. People pay a lot more money. They jump over dollars chasing pennies more often than they care to admit.
Right.
Yes.
Like, so if you need to reach me, I am Dr. Shannon C. Huey. My phone number is 404-791-8840. You can Google my name. My name is the one with the A, so it's SHANANN. My business is a 5-star review business. So tax time coming up, we would love to help you. Aaron and I are partnering together, making sure that you have systems in place. Make sure that you have tax strategies in place. Make sure we take some of the load off of you. Make sure your business becomes viable in 2026, because with the economy going the way it is, you know, certain things are. And I just found out the free tax on IRS website may not be available anymore. So if you need a trusted tax preparer, please reach out to us. Either way, you can call him or call myself, and we will make sure that you're taken care of. It doesn't matter if you have 5, 6, 7, because I have some people afraid. Oh, I have 3 years taxes for. I've had people that have had 10 years taxes, and not because I have people say I haven't done taxes. You don't get to do the offering compromise. You don't get to do all of these things because it doesn't stop. The clock keeps ticking. Some people say, oh, after 10 years, I don't have to pay. Not if you didn't start something. If you didn't start it and ask for it, that 10 years keep rotating. So again, this is Dr. Shannon C. Huey, the tax diva, and my co-host,
AC, the money guy. You're listening to the Wealth Code Unlocked on ATL Talks on iHeartRadio. See you next time, same time next week as we unlock the code.
Okay, like and share.
Yes.
Fabulous weekend just because. Drink your glass of wine. And if you need, reach out to a friend, because remember, we're talking about mental health month. Reach out to a friend if you feel like you're in a situation, because we love you. We want you here. We want you listening. We want you becoming great. You know, the day today may seem dreary because Wednesday I had a horrible day. Today is Thursday. No, sorry, I'm lying. Tuesday I had a horrible day. today is Thursday, if I had felt the way I felt on Tuesday without support from the people that's around me. Surround yourself with good people and have a great weekend. Signing out. Peace, peace, peace. Was that good?
And Trump. It was February.
Yeah. Dope. Yeah, I wish the live stream is still on. But yeah.
And have a great weekend. Signing out. Peace, peace, peace.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all checking in.
It's getting more and more.